Peace. I'm University here, back with another banger, back with another exclusive video. If you're new to the university, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get to the message today. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is good. If you haven't already, go ahead and pre-order your Supreme Tea on the website. Going for $33.30. So yeah, if you want to support, hit that subscribe button. Go grab your Supreme Tea. We just getting started. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the message, family. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful opportunity upon us this coming up week. Hope everybody is positive, and if you're not positive, switch your mentality. Remember that the external won't change until the internal changes, and it won't change at the same time, because the same day that you plant the seed and the same day that you reap the harvest. So just take that into going into this week, family. I enter today with an open mind and a calm presence. I enter today with a calm mind, with an open mind and a calm presence. To be open-minded is something special, because that means that you're always open for change. You're always open to adapt. And I believe Charles Darwin's law is not the strongest that will survive. It's the one that's more susceptible to adapting. So the one that can think quickly on their feet, the one that can see what's in front of them and then react, the ones that can be proactive, the ones that can be flexible, the ones that can dance within the box that they're given. And it can be hard when we have certain habits that we have built over a certain period of time. It can be hard when we're used to certain environments, when we've been constricted or restricted to certain areas. It can be hard when we have accepted who we are. But I challenge you to just be open-minded for the situation. Be open-minded to how the Most High is going to get it done. Be open-minded into how much growth you can really do, how much we can really change. Be open-minded, because it's like life is like a boxing fight. If we are stuck on one move, we never know what trick shots they got up under their sleeve. So when we're looking for something, they might flank and then knock you out. And we got to realize that life is unpredictable. Anything can happen at any moment. All we can do is prepare. All we can do is do the things behind the scenes. But once we get inside the game, we have to realize that we have to be open-minded. We have to be open to not only seeing what hazards are coming towards us, be open-minded, and to see what benedictions are going to come towards us, how it's going to come, what opportunities are going to present themselves, how the opportunity is going to look. And I was outside and I was pushing my brain, and it was like I was talking to the guy, and he was saying, he was trying to put me on game, and he was like, some people judge people by the way that they look. And then I was talking to these two Supremes outside the gym, and they was like, yeah, first impressions is everything. So I challenge you not to be so restricted on how it's going to happen, because the win is going to happen. So don't be stuck on win. Just realize that before the big win comes, we got to get those small wins. We got to get those small things out the way before we are given more. We have to be grateful for what we have, what we do have, and realize that we have to be able to be a leader over few before we are a leader over many. And then in a calm presence, when we in battle, if we have anxiety, if we are amped up, if we're angry, if we're excited, then we're more susceptible to making a mistake. We're more susceptible to going the wrong way. We're more susceptible to not hear that inner voice, that higher voice, because we're so stuck in emotions. We're so stuck in what's happening now. And I actually just was reading a book, and it was talking about that. And it was just saying how to find that stillness is to not be tempted into emotions, to not be tempted into thoughts, to not be tempted to anything that's internal or external, but to find that stillness, to be calm. And if you find yourself with anxiety, I challenge you to just breathe. to get a dragon breath in, to go outside, to calm yourself. Because when we make decisions based off emotion, we make decisions based off the situation at hand, then we can't see the bigger picture. And we always want to play chess. And that's what the game of chess is all about, seeing the bigger picture on every move, because every move is crucial and can lead us to our demise or to our success. So, I am brilliant. Creative energy surges through me and leads me to new and brilliant ideas. Get started. Get started, because even if we don't know how we're going to do it for the long term, we might have a vision, but we don't know what stairs to climb. If we never get started, we never going to realize what turns we got to take, what hurdles we got to jump over, what walls we got to break through. We're never going to find that flow. And life is all about rhythm. It's all about finding that flow. But we can't find that flow if we're just still. So you are brilliant. You are amazing. You are worthy. You are going to do this. But if we never get started, we're never going to get, it's never going to get done. Everything that we're feeling inside, everything that's inside of our hearts, everything that's inside of our minds, we can bring to fruition, but we have to get moving. We have to get pushing. We have to get going. We can't sit here and wait forever. We can't sit here and try to make the situation as perfect as possible, because it's never going to be as perfect as possible. If we wait for the perfect opportunity to take our shot, then we're going to be waiting forever. And we're going to continue to miss opportunities. We're going to continue to not see things for what they really are, which every opportunity is an opportunity, no matter how small or how big. And if it's inside your heart, then it's there for a reason. If you're passionate about it, if you love it, if you want to do it to help others, something bigger than yourself, then it's there for a reason. It's not just there for you to sit on it. The hardest thing to do is to bring the things that are inside our mind, that are inside our hearts, into fruition. But what we have to realize, the actions that we have to take is to align our mind, our heart, and our actions with each other. Because once we have it in our heart, then we have it in our mind, and then once we start acting on it, now we can begin to find that rhythm. We can begin to dance. We can begin to play that instrument. We can begin to learn that language. We can begin to build that business. We can begin to see, okay, learning and growing and evolving every day and seeing, oh, this is how I got to do this. Oh, I can do this better. Oh, okay, I'm doing this great, but I got to watch this on the back end. Oh, this, that, and the third. We have to realize that if we never get started, it's never going. You're never going to be able to showcase brilliance. And a coach said that to me. He said, I know you can ball. You got to go out there and show them. And it ain't about competing. It's not about proving the point. It's the fact that you are brilliant. We are brilliant. But at the same time, what's the point of being brilliant if we can't showcase it? What's the point of having a thought if you can't speak it? What's the point of having something in your mind if you can't put it to work? All that brilliance is just going to waste. And everyone hears that quote where most of the dreams are in the graveyard. Because there's a lot of things that we take to the grave when we should have did it. And now somebody else has to fulfill our purpose, because the Most High is going to get it done regardless, with or without us. So I am brilliant. Creative energy surges through me and leads me to new and brilliant ideas. And also, I just want to say to everybody, Supreme, God, Goddess, Emperor, Empress, retain your seed. Because by retaining our sexual energy, well, that's a lot of healing energy, and as well, the book I'm reading as well, it taps us into our higher selves, and now those creative energies, that cosmic energy, flows to us more flawlessly. Now we're able to create, and now we're able to have the energy to get what we need to get done. Now we have the confidence. Now we are retaining our energy, because we have to realize sexual energy is still energy. So when we're depleted, now our vessel is depleted. Now we're not as strong, not as sharp, as bright as we need to be. So if you're having a hard creative block, I challenge you to retain your seed, and as well, get enough sleep. It's hard to act when we're tired. It's hard to get emotion when we're tired, when we're depleted. Make it time to nurture myself a part of my daily routine. Feeling good is my highest priority. We just said that. We literally just said that. We have to find that balance of putting in the work, as well as nurturing ourselves, as well as taking care of ourselves, as well as getting enough rest, eating the proper things, doing the things that we love, getting out and socializing. Because if we feel like crap, then our work is going to be crap. If we're eating a bunch of trash, now it's going to be hard for us to maintain balance. If we aren't working out, it's going to be hard for us to be upbeat because our heart is going to be working harder. If somebody that doesn't work out regularly, heart beat has to work way harder than somebody that works out routinely. If we don't sleep, then if we don't sleep and hydrate, then our brain is shrinking and is going to be fatigued. That way, we're not going to be able to create. We're not going to be able to do anything proficiently and efficiently and to surpass our limits because our physical is at a disadvantage. And if we know anything about matter, the solid state is the weakest state. It's the weakest state. So we have to get grounded in this physical world first before we can begin to climb that ladder and get in contact with our higher selves. We have to raise our vibration, raise our density to get inside those higher dimensions. So making time to nurture myself as a part of my routine, feeling good, is my highest priority. And if you're having a hard time figuring out a routine, just figure out the building blocks of what you're trying to do. So if you know you gotta work and you know you gotta take care of the kids, that's the building block. So between 9 and 7, that's the building block. Okay? Benjamin Franklin said it best. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man strong and wise. So even if you're working out, you're not getting enough sleep, your muscles are never going to grow. If you're hurt and you're not getting enough sleep, you're never going to heal. So if you get to bed early and rise up, now you have I know from 9 to 7 I got these priorities, but between the hours of 5 to 8, I can do this. Between the hours of 7 to 10, I can do this. Now we're getting enough rest. We're eating the proper foods. And then if you don't know what you need to eat, just cut out all the fast food, cut out all the sugar. Do you know that sugar promotes ADHD in children? Sugar is more addictive than cocaine. Sugar dehydrates us. Sugar depletes us of our life force. White sugar, processed sugar, brown sugar as well. So if you want to eat sugar, get it from fruits because it's more fruits are the highest yielding electricity on the planet. So if we eat more fruits, now we're getting our sugar, we're getting our sugar, we're treating our sweet tooth, we're getting enough energy, and we're cleansing our body with detoxification. If you're gonna come here, you need to come here and sit down and be quiet. Shut the door. So sleep, working, eating right, and then working out. All you need is 30 minutes, family. Whether that's 30 minutes walking on a treadmill, 30 minutes walking up on a Stairmaster, whether that's jump rope, whether that's just going for a walk in the park, whether that's just doing some push-ups, doing some sit-ups, doing some body squats, whether you get into bodybuilding, whether you get into playing a sport, tennis, racquetball, basketball, anything that's working out, family. Don't complicate it. And all you need is 30 minutes to an hour. You don't need to work out 2 times a day. One time a day, 30 minutes to an hour. Choose your what you want to do. Even yoga. Yoga is great, and it's going to release all the tension. It's going to release all the stretch, and it's going to help you raise your vibration. So make a time to nurture myself as a part of my daily routine. Feeling good is my highest priority. If we don't feel good, we're not going to play good, family. That's proven. I'm evolving, learning, and growing every single day. Life is a never-ending challenge. Death isn't the day that we transcend this realm and our soul leaves this physical body. Death is the day that we stop growing, the day that we stop learning, the day that we stop evolving, the day that we stop becoming the best version of ourselves, because every opportunity we have an opportunity to become sharper. Every opportunity we have an opportunity to grow. Every time we opportunity we have the opportunity to learn. Every time we go through something, that lesson is going to continue to repeat itself until we learn the lesson. That's what this university here on planet Tiamat, what they call Earth, is all about. It's about learning a lesson. It's about coming down here, getting what we have to get, and until we get those things, we will not proceed to the next level. I am learning, evolving, learning, and growing every single day. Why stop? Why stop? Why stop? If it's his book called Start With Why, and it talks about the tipping point, how a person that gets better every single day is going to continue to evolve and continue to reach their pinnacle. But somebody that gets worse every single day, they won't even get worse after a while. They'll just plateau out. They'll just get complacent. So why stop? Keep going. Keep learning. Keep growing. See how you can be a better father, a better mother, a better student, a better teacher, a better speaker. Whatever you do at your job, see how we can continue to get better. We always can be sharper. We're machines. We're pieces of technology. We're meant to get better. We're not meant to be average. And you are great. You are amazing. So you should never want to be average. Chill out, Z. Stop. Please. I am beautiful and radiant in mind, body, and spirit. I just said that. We are ancient pieces of technology. This vessel is something amazing. This vessel is something to be respected, to be cared for, to be loved for. So I challenge you, if you find yourself depleted, if you don't see that glow, start eating the right foods. Start eating with the sun. If you eat meat, make sure you eat more green leafy vegetables. Make sure you're getting enough fruits and intake as well. Make sure we're getting enough sleep. Make sure we're getting our dragon brush. Make sure we're using brushes instead of rags. Make sure that we're taking care of ourselves because we deserve it. If you find yourself not believing in yourself, realize you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are worth it. You are worth everything. If you haven't heard that lately, hopefully you take it to heart when I say that to you, because I truly believe in you. I truly believe you can do this. I truly believe that anything is possible for you. I truly believe that when you step outside, you are Lamborghini. You are Rolls Royce. You are the best of the best. The cream de la creme. You are what the world needs. And until we believe that about ourselves, the world will never see it. So every day, I am beautiful. I am amazing. I am radiant. I am the best. I am worthy. I am a millionaire. I am healed. I'm prosperous. Say it to self because it starts in the mind. And then align the actions. Every time we wake up, align the actions instead of sitting here in our cell phone, locked away in this digital world. Go get some fresh air. Do some push-ups. Read a book. Find that God within. Because you are beautiful. You are radiant within mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and spirit. Tend to the mind. Tend to the body. Tend to the spirit. Align them. Treat yourself like you're royalty already. I love you too, baby. Boom. I just made the lightning go off. Thought I was playing? You thought I was kidding, huh? I am mindful of the thoughts I think and the words I speak. Knowing everything I think and say becomes my truth. Sit down. Sit down, I'm doing this. I am mindful of the thoughts I think, the words I speak, knowing everything I think and say becomes my truth. We just said that. We just said that. I just told her I made the lightning go off. I am mindful of the thoughts I think. Mind those thoughts. And realize that if we've been thinking a certain type of way for a certain period of time, it's going to take some time to get those negative thoughts outside of our mind. But every time we think a negative one, think a positive one. Then speak a positive one. Take a positive action. Because the only way to negate that negative is through a positive. But the negative cannot outweigh the positive. The light is always going to outshine. So go deep within and speak those I will, I am, I feel, I think. Say it to self, sit with self, cut out all noise, cut the lights off. But it's gonna, when you cut the lights off and you go into that dark place, you're gonna feel that energy. Because if it's in us and if it's in our aura, then we're gonna feel it. But that's when we go to war with it. That's when we take that lower self and we strangle the life out of it. Because it's doing nothing but trying to chain us down. It's doing nothing but trying to keep us in the slums. If we find ourselves doing a negative habit, if we find ourselves going back and repeating the same cycles, the only way to do it is they got this thing called the dead person's test. If a dead person can do it, then you shouldn't say you're going to do it. So don't say that you're not going to do it, because if a dead person cannot do it, say that instead of this, I'm going to do this. So instead of breaking my liver, I'm going to work out. I'm going to hydrate so those sugar urges, that cheese urge won't continue to overflow me. Instead of saying that I'm not going to be on my phone all times of the night, say I'm going to get enough rest. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to read. Instead of saying that I'm not going to waste money, say that I'm going to budget. I'm going to invest to make more money. Our thoughts become our reality. I speak knowing everything I think and say becomes my truth. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into everything around us. You know, you can talk to plants. You know, the things that you say to your children are going to be embedded in their brain. You know, the things that we say to animals can affect their aura. The things that we say to ourselves can really tear us down. You know, if you go talk to your younger self, they will feel that energy. They will feel your words. You can uplift yourself in a different dimension, a different density. Speak life into everything, because the power of the tongue can give somebody a benediction or curse. And how we treat everyone shows who we are. How people treat us shows who they are. So we have to realize that we can curse our bloodlines by cursing somebody else. We can bring benedictions to our bloodlines by giving benedictions to somebody else. I am mindful of my thoughts. I think, and the words I speak, knowing everything I think and say becomes my truth. I am mindful of my energy. I prioritize my well-being, and I give myself space to pause and rest when I am tired. That's one thing I struggle with, because I'm a workhorse. I want to go into the job is done, but now I'm done. Okay, let me catch an episode here. Let me get more sleep. Let me sleep in on this Sabbath. Let me stretch. Let me take a step back. Let me take my time. Let me celebrate this. I just accomplished something amazing. And it's hard when we're in survival mode, I know, but if we on our best selves, we're never gonna, how can we perform? Like my ankle sprain. I still got an ankle sprain that happened from May, and it still hasn't healed yet all the way. Because I haven't been resting, I haven't been stretching. Z, I'm making a video, please be quiet. I haven't been resting, I haven't been rejuvenated. And that's on me. I didn't give myself that space to heal. And now it's like, okay, I gotta to connect to my higher self. I gotta be sharp. I gotta be on point. And you gotta do the same thing. We gotta love ourselves before we can love anybody else. And we gotta love ourselves before anybody love us. So if we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't expect nobody to give us a helping hand, because we don't even believe in ourselves enough to respect ourselves, to see that, hey, I'm dragging along. I'm not even as sharp as I can be. We can't be radiant if we dead tired for not sleeping for 10 years straight, because we've been working a job for 15 hours a day, getting paid the bare minimum. We ain't been on a vacation in years. It's gonna be hard, family. It's gonna be hard. So I choose to see love and light in every situation. Every obstacle I face is an opportunity to grow. And that's what love and light is all about. That's what being in the limelight is all about. That's what being in grace is all about. It's just to be able to smile even in our dark periods. To be able to have grace for what we do have, even if we don't have the things that we want. Even if the situation isn't picture perfect, just be able to say, hey, I'm still going to be positive. I'm still going to see the best in the situation, because what is a negative mind going to get me? What is dread and having worry and anxiety going to get me? It's not going to help me get out of this situation. I'm never going to see the solution if all I'm thinking about is a problem. So we have to think solution-based. We have to see the love and light. We have to see it. Because if we don't see it, then now we're going to be just sitting in that hole, dreading on how we can get out, not thinking, okay, how can I get out of this situation? What moves can I make to get in alignment? And that's what connecting, that's what a quantum leap is all about. It's about, okay, I have to connect to my higher self. How can I do that? And then get in alignment to do the things that we want to do. I release judgment of myself and others. Instead, I choose grace and compassion. Everybody got their own vices. Everybody got their own flaws. Everybody going through their own situation. And you went through enough, right? You went through enough already. Forgive yourself. What's the point of holding on to that? It's doing nothing but weighing us down. It's doing nothing but keeping us here. We are meant to fly and to soar, to be released from these traumas, to be released from this struggle, to be released from this matrix. The only way to do that is to forgive ourselves. Ziri, please sit down. To forgive ourselves and to forgive others. So, I love myself unconditionally. I give myself space to make mistakes and grow. I enjoy this journey of my life. You said it earlier. When we get started, it's not going, Ziri, please sit down over here. Get away from that window. When we, please, I'm doing a video. I give myself space to make mistakes and grow. I enjoy that journey of my life. It's not linear. Those mistakes, those setbacks, they are needed. Because if we miss the lessons when we climb the steps, when we get to the top, those lessons could be more detrimental. When we get to where we want to be, those lessons can throw us completely off track and we may never come back, or it might be detrimental to our life. We have to love ourselves unconditionally. We have to realize that, hey, we're doing the best that we could do in the situation that we have. Even if we feel like we can keep doing better, still, I'm doing the best that I can do. I'm working. But I can't do no more than that. Some things are just in God's hand, family. Some things are just in God's hand. All right, last card. I enjoy my life. I treat myself every day to whatever brings me joy, true joy. I challenge you to do one thing this week that's going to bring you joy. One thing that makes you happy. One thing that makes you smile. Whatever it is, do that. And try to do it every day. Because you deserve it. I enjoy my life. I treat myself every day to whatever brings me true joy. So, that being said, I hope this message helps somebody. I hope this message uplifts somebody. I hope I said something that sparks you. As always, wish you divine peace, love, and harmony on all. Peace.